if you're bored of the same old single lens perspective in your videos, it's time to switch to a 360 camera because not only it will give you a unique perspective, it will change the whole vibe of your video. So today I have DJI's first ever 360 action camera that has just launched for some $549 or some 45,000 rupees in India. Now, if you follow me on social media, you know that I love 360 cameras. In fact, I have tested almost all of Insta360's cameras. So when I knew that DJI has also launched one, I was super excited. So my team and I have been testing the DJI Osmo 360 for about 2 weeks now. We were quite impressed to see that it has some unique features that no other 360 action camera in the market currently has. But the real question is, can it compete with the Insta360 X5 that has been dominating the 360 camera market right now? Let's dive in and find out. Okay, first let's talk about all the good stuff about the Osmo 360, and one of the things that sets it apart from other 360 cameras is that it features 2 large square sensors instead of rectangular ones, which means you can get better video quality. You see, unlike other rectangular sensors, the pixels are not wasted in the corners here while shooting, hence the detail levels and resolution are higher in all areas. DJI even claims that both these square sensors can provide results that are equivalent to a larger 1-inch sensor. Plus, the Osmo 360 also supports really high-res recording, up to 8K 50fps to be exact. In comparison, the Insta360 X5 can only shoot up to 8K 30fps. I'll get into the video quality bit in some time, but first I have to point out that the Osmo 360 has a really unique form factor. And it's fair to say that the Osmo 360 is a really cute looking camera. Every time I look at it, it reminds me of Minions. I also love how small and pocketable it is while still having a large enough screen to comfortably watch all the previews and adjust settings. Now, technically, the X5 screen is a little larger, but this one's not uncomfortable to go around too, so no complaints. The Osmo 360 is also water and dust proof with an official IP68 rating, making it ready for all sorts of outdoor adventures. But just remember, since it does not have an IP69 rating, it will not survive in hot water springs, and you can't take it underwater for more than 30 minutes without a protective housing. We did test the video quality underwater, and for the most part the footages were good, while sometimes we did notice a little fog on the lenses. Anyway, one of the things I appreciate about the Osmo 360's design is its mounting system. You get 2 options, a traditional tripod screw mounting option, which is the most common in cameras, and second, you also have the option to attach this camera magnetically with the help of this magnetic mount. This is DJI's proprietary mounting, so you will need DJI selfie stick to make use of this, but it is the most convenient thing ever. All you have to do is clamp the tripod or selfie stick to the camera like this, and that is it. It literally takes 1 second. It's easy, safe, secure, and most importantly, it saves time. The good thing is that because it also has a tripod mount, you can make use of Insta360's or GoPro's accessories if you already have them lying around. Next, let's talk about the video quality. And besides being able to shoot 360 panoramic videos at 8K 50fps, you can also shoot 360 slow-mos here at 4K 100fps. But in case you want to switch to the single lens option, DJI lets you do that too, and the max resolution you can get is 5K 60fps. And like the Insta360 X5, DJI also lets you switch between the lenses while shooting, which is a convenient feature to have. Moving on, testing this action camera actually reminded me of how good modern 360 cameras have gotten when it comes to video quality and stabilization. The footage from this camera comes out quite sharp with good stabilization and smooth movements. I did compare it with the Insta360 X5 as well, and both the cameras do quite a commendable job when it comes to stability. although I found the details on the edges to be somewhat sharper from the Osmo 360. I like the color science in the videos from the Osmo 360 too. DJI's default color profile is quite pleasing. It does not make the greens too green or the skin tone too processed, and the contrast is good as well. It's actually quite similar to what you get with other DJI action cameras and drones. DJI has also passed down the D-Log mode here that supports 10-bit log recording, which basically is a flat color profile. So if you're someone who likes to have a bit of a professional touch and color grade your footages later, DJI gives you the flexibility to do that as well. In comparison, the Insta360 X5 only supports 8-bit recording, which means you get slightly more flexibility with DJI. Now, as I already mentioned, it has a larger sensor and a wide f1.9 aperture, as a result of which shooting during slightly low light situations does not make the videos look muddy and grainy either. You also get a dedicated super night mode here that helps process footages really well to make them bright and detailed even at extremely low light conditions. And using the super night mode, I also got better footages from DJI than the Insta360. The only compromise you have to do when shooting in the super night mode on the Osmo 360 is you don't have the option to shoot at full 8K 50 FPS. The max you can shoot is 8K 30 FPS. But I think the little compromise in FPS is worth it because the super night mode really does help with making the footages cleaner. It also helps with the exposure, glare and highlight management, which would not be possible at 60 FPS. In fact, the recent OTA update has made the super night mode even better. The light and color handling has improved a little bit. By the way, you get 105 GB internal storage with this camera, which means even if you forget to bring a micro SD card along, you don't have to worry about storage. On other 360 cameras like the X5, it only has external recording, so you do have to have an SD card with you all the time. Moving on, something I really appreciate about the DJI Osmo 360 is the flexibility with audio. You can either record with its quad mic setup, which is quite good in itself, or you can pair it with your wireless earbuds as an external mic. For example, if you're a motor vlogger, you don't need to worry about connecting to an external microphone separately, and your voice will still come through clearly even if the Osmo 360 is positioned a bit far away. Third, if you have a DJI microphone, you can connect the Osmo 360 with it and record audio. The camera acts as a receiver, and I feel like if you're trying to shoot professionally, this is the best way. Just keep in mind the Osmo 360 does not support the first-gen DJI mics like the one I own, but it does work with the newer DJI mic models released afterwards like the DJI Mic Mini. The battery life on the Osmo 360 is good too for an action camera. I got around 80 minutes of recording time when shooting in 8K. DJI sent me the Adventure Combo that also has a battery pack with 2 extra batteries which you can charge at the same time. So I never suffered from battery anxiety when using this camera at all. Alright, till now I've talked about all of the things that I have dearly liked about the Osmo 360, but there are certainly some areas where I feel the company could do better, like their desktop studio app and the DJI Mimo app, for example. Now, don't get me wrong, this app isn't exactly bad or void of features, but I have used a ton of Insta360's 360 cameras and I feel like there's a lot more space to be creative with Insta's app. Like for someone who's new to shooting 360 videos, the Insta360 provides a lot of presets that help you to, number one, get used to the camera, and number two, the presets are so fun and easy to use. DJI also has a few presets, but the options are very, very limited. I like that the desktop app has a lot of filter options, so you can get a bit of flexibility to choose the kind of color you want for your videos. Next, when it comes to the actual videos, I feel like DJI could do the stitching in 360 videos a little better and in a more polished way. Not that the X5 stitching is better in any way, but this is just a general feedback. Also, when you're shooting continuously for about 20 to 25 minutes, the camera tends to heat up a little, which is common while shooting in high resolution. But since the Osmo 360 has a slightly thicker body, I was hoping the company would come up with a little cooling solution to fit inside too. Alright, now we have come to the end of this video, and I have to say, for a first-gen 360 camera, I am really impressed with the Osmo 360. First of all, I love the form factor. The fact that it comes with a built-in storage makes it so convenient, and most importantly, the video quality is good, so there are actually very few reasons to complain about. However, only if the mobile and desktop apps were a little more optimized and had a little more features, I would be more confident to recommend this camera at this very moment. Also, Insta360 X5 lets you replace the lens in case you damage it. Osmo does not have that option, which is a big plus on Insta's side. Video quality wise, both are good, so no issues on either side. If you're a beginner, I think the Insta360's app will be easier for you to edit. Otherwise, the DJI Osmo 360 is just as good. Alright everybody, that was all for this video. So if you had to pick a 360 camera, which one would you go for? Do let us know in the comments. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Saying this, I'm Pratima and thank you so much for watching.